Okay, so today we will again look at the theme of those boundaries of ourselves, of not ourselves, in general, for all the divisions. And today, across me came a very interesting theme that again is telling us that our world is like a turnaround, like from head to toes. Everything that should have been right turned into left. Okay. And everything that should be obvious was hidden. For example, the structure of our energy. I mean, do you know that the moon was never called moon? You know that? The moon is a month. Even like even if it's full, I mean it's changing, but it's a month. It's showing us a specific cycle, and the moon is just called after like some kind of a demonic substance. You will find a lot of that in the internet, but also our planet is also called Gaia. Like also geography and geometry. One little thing, please turn off the microphones when you have some kind of noises in the background. Yeah, so Terra, which is also a lot of times called the Earth, it's also like a terrarium, like a prison. If we're talking about the planetary field, and not only me saying this, but the planet is the planet is like a body, and our bodies are built like the planet body. We also have this center which is called solar. We also have like a capsula or like a surface which transmits the light into this field, but also it can let through some things that we don't need, So there are some kind have to be a norm. I mean, like on the planet on that we live, that is also kind of a holographic manifestations that we perceive when it's okay like that, but it also has like a center and kind of a body, and someday this body had before it was like taken over by some kind of parasitic systems, it was completely different. The atmosphere was more or less tense, and those bodies and consciousnesses which were here, they were like in a completely different dimension of lightness. I'm telling out of my own experience because I had it. Even in my childhood, I remember when I like turn into that I start to feel how it was. Like, for example, you could fly here. It was so easy, this lightness. You were like you could like breathe with your chest and fly with it. Like it was very, very easy, and you didn't have to put a lot of energy into that. And the the surface of our avatars was like a lot more light, and it was moving completely different around. Also, we were breathing not only like the air, but we also were breathing like this light that got through us. So what did happen, or what changed? So we have completely different bodies now. We have like it got way more dense, and the circulation that was filtrated before, that changed, and there's kind of no filtration, so everything can like go through us. And this is like we were kind of wrapped in, and the fact that we lost this filtration system, we start to tense and get into the structure of like a mud. And this is where those physical and emotional disbalances come. And this is what actually happens to all the people now. But for now, we start to remember and we start to know. So if you feel that this information is something that you really feel, then tell me about it. I have the feeling that my body should transmit this light, and the more I transmit it and the more freely it goes, the easier I can live and breathe. Do you have those feelings? So I'm not the only one. Perfect. Let us then go to a state of consciousness, that the so-called state of consciousness. Wait a sec. So in the childhood we were all the time taught to be like thinking logically, you know. Let's just let's pay attention to this world. So this judgment which stands behind it is something that we need to like put boundaries before, and need to like divide ourselves. So this is not this is making us different. Now look at me from the perspective of light. There was like a film where I just remember this personality from that film. It could like fly whenever it changes the aggregate state, and this body could have like in those times could do all of those things, because it could change its states. Like you could go into water, or turn into water, turn into like light. And now look at yourself, at your light, at your body. I'm also doing it with you. Try to feel from the inside how you are pushing yourself, this energy through you, and like ripping off this stiffness. And this energy just tells you what to do with it. The most important thing for this circulation is to bring back this filtration, and we need to be vertically in the correct position with a straight spine. We're not bending our head to the back or to the front. We try to keep our spine straight. Like the spine starts to like vibrate, to sound. So there is like this spiral movement towards or through the spine. So let me check out. There comes something to me now. So I'm speaking to now to my body, and my body says that the Atlant, one of the spine parts, doesn't want to call him itself like that. And he tells me a name that I never heard of before. I'm just Googling what that is. It's a power of a reaction which spins in a circle. So it helps the movement of the energy that brings our head, like our brain, our process, to connect it, like to bring the light inside there. You get it? That's what just came. How do you feel it right now? You can just drop the process and just bring your shoulders back, bring your wings to movement. It's kind of as if it just starts to build itself up. But I literally feel that it's still held by some kind of a surface. It's like a box that we're inside of. Who does feel what? Please share. I see white stripes. You said like this box, and now I just saw those stripes. The field is very broad, and I just feel those stripes. They're like preventing me for something. I'm very glad that this information just came out. I mean, like, every day something new comes to me. What does white and black stripes mean? It's like matter and energy, matter and energy. The black is like the dense material world, and the light is the energy of the non-material world. And in this world right now, they're kind of in a symbiosis. And in some kind of places, they call it war and peace. And in some places, it's called connection. So we went out to play with kind of a material. Like someone needed it at some point, that this matter will control us, rule us, like bending our heads down and like breaking our spine and building up this tension. Okay, so maybe someone else wants to share. Yeah, there was a word that came to me, and it's called like stupidity. Yeah, stupidity is like a stop of a movement, something that is holding you back. I can also share. So my lower spine is very hot. Something is like literally holding it, and my shoulders are held like with something very tense. It's like a very light feeling, but it got at some point elastic, something like, yeah, hold still and don't move anywhere. So who told you to go somewhere, you know? Some kind of this feeling. Hmm. Okay, let's check this out. So there is the center, the solar, and this kind of a body, this capsule. And if you feel this tension around that is holding you, maybe you feel it some kind in a different way. But in this world, I understand that, and both of it I am. Because since childhood, I say my hand and not hand of my body, my foot and not the foot of my body. I think, or my brain from my body thinks. Now observe. I will go on with the information, and you just observe. So you have this center, an inner pulsation. There is something that is telling you, I'm going to hide you, I'm going to serve you, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to prevent you from death, because if I do not, you will get ill or die. But you need to give me something for that. And what kind of feelings come up? And this inside just feels like, if I lose this thing, I will die. Or if I say something wrong, it will get mad or something. And this is the structure and the strategy of this program of fear that is building up in us. This leads us to this program of self-destruction. So you can put this solar center into one hand that tells you, I will be your hero. So who is sponsoring this process? There are two people or two persons. Someone who's observing, someone who is discussing. Who has the energy? The energy now is in the solar center. If somebody has this energy inside of this capsule, like the body, then please share. But I guess everyone has it in this solar center, right? We just observe right now. Just step into this center, or you can also go there wherever you want. I mean, there's like a legend. I need to lie to be trusted to. I have no energy, but I can like rule you and be over you. Then you will believe me. There are like no variations. You need to do it like that. And I'm suggesting for you to either step into this energy and start to feel what happens to the surface, like the body, the one that before tried to manipulate you. I will call it now the capsular of matter, and that's okay. The process that we have seen from the beginning, because we allowed it to be, we put ourselves into this fear. And now, since I do understand that I am the energy, that I can pulsate, that I can widen up, I can sound, I can vibrate, I can give this life, I am myself this light. What happens to this capsula of matter is the mood changing, are the physical and chemical mechanisms change. It's very interesting. I was very broad first, and now I got like in the other side, like widened up. I do feel cold. Okay, so does the cold come from the surface or from the center? Sure, from the surface. It does want something from you. What does it say to you? It says, save me. I see that the surface wants to like hug itself. I mean, like, widen up, like, bring your chest to the front, open up your shoulders, bring your wings to fly, straighten up your spine and your neck, catch the spiral movement, and help this sacral geometry to stand up in its natural process. So now there is also a process in the brain sections. The one that last time we were talking about, where there was like a fence built between left and right brain, so they cannot exchange their like energies. So what does now the matter say? It is still now. I feel like the pulsation started, and there's like a very important process building up, like of this pulsation of those zones that are right now building up into balance, into like a field of one that says like, do not divide us, we don't want that, or it doesn't want it. This we also had in some sessions, that the chakras were like divided into 1, 2, 3 and stuff, and that they are not non-divisible. Give them the space to synchronize in something whole, into one. I don't know what it will be like, but I can feel that the consciousness of energy, of the light, of the sun, it knows its way. Is there in everyone summer, girls? Yes, in me, yes, something is happening within me too. But there must be some,
Ну,
I mean, there's like a
пульсация
pulsation.
что-то, да.
Okay,
Движение.
there is a movement.
У меня тепло
I
почему-то.
feel warmth through whole of my body. Okay. Oля says like warmth through the body, but what about the energy? What about this perspective?
Но у меня прохлада
I
присутствует.
still feel this cold, to be honest. So this is again the body. I'm leading you to something else.
Я поняла.
What happens to the whole energy? Can you try to feel that? Let's try to play this. I mean, we are used to say like I feel cold or warm, whatever. But what about the energy?
Вокруг какого-то
My
крутится
energy is
ядра.
circling
Сильно
through some
такое.
kind of a center
Ядро
or
есть.
around.
Что ли, кто это?
So what am I? Like the center or what? We will ask now.
Все.
So if you step into this center, then what? Well, I kind of balanced. Okay, who else can share? I feel like there is a play inside of me, someone with someone. We stepped into this at some point when we created this game to like get some emotions and stuff when we didn't even know what fear or something like that was. I want to say something.
У меня прям такая, ну, ощущаю энергетические потоки.
I feel like a roller coaster inside. Okay, let's lighten up. But since we are in the role or in the play of the matter, of the consciousness, and we cannot get rid of the matter. I mean, matter cannot exist without energy, so this is the world of matter and energy, but matter actually is also energy. It's just like dense or not. Let's return here, like let's earth ourselves and come back. So what kind of feelings do you have now? What did change or not?
Внутри нету ничего.
Like in the inside there's like nothing. It's just energy, no organs, no nothing. But I can still feel my body, right? Like or some things that I can touch. So I earth myself, ground myself. Then what? Bring yourself back to this state of I am in the matter and it's inside of me. What kind of emotions do you have? Does something change or is everything like playful and light?
Осознание какое-то приходит.
There is some kind of insight that comes, but I don't get it right now. Okay. So just imagine some kind of a point, like a situation, or like imagine what happened to me in my life. Did I want it? Did I want those people in my life? Like observing them or those situations to happen. Can you now see the inside? Is there something new coming? It can tell you, like on the surface, I am this feeling, you are not that. It's just It's just a feeling that comes when we get divided, like from freedom and not freedom. It's like this fence in the head. You cannot leave anywhere. We just turn off the monitors and go back to the normal life. We will feel our bodies, our pains, our neighbors. So what kind of emotions do come to this moment?
Принятие.
It's kind of acceptance of this situation. So you say, okay, I'm going to be your slave.
Получается так.
Yeah, some kind of that.
Накануне
But
даже я еще не знала, что я в этом сеансе сегодня
before I
буду.
came to this
У меня с дочерью состоялась
session, I
беседа.
had a
Ну,
talk
по
with my
поводу
daughter about
свадьбы, свадьбы
our
и так далее.
relationship,
И получается, что
and
пришло непринятие
there
друг друга,
came
вот
kind of a
глубокое
non-acceptance of each other, and they came like
и на
feelings
самом деле тут глубоко
up
оставался
that yeah, were
У меня
not
внук
nice.
недавно женился, и
Like
это самое
my
повторяется.
grandson some time ago got married, and it's like the same situation as with my daughter. So I mean, Luba, you told us a situation that happens to almost everyone. Somebody is a role of the bride, someone is the uncle, whatever. That's normal. But now I want you to look at your boundaries. But since you stepped in to that, I tell you, like, my son want to marry, and there are also like some a situation that I need to accept, and I'm like, why? I mean, whenever you say, I will accept that, I say, don't lie, you will never accept that. Just be honest. I mean, our children can set us boundaries and kind of like press my own boundaries, or even like grown-up people. It doesn't matter. I want now to return to our own boundaries from the inside. I mean, I'm looking at this capsula from the inside. We're just observing. You can see, is it like some kind of a image that you see, or just a feeling? I mean, it's like trying it out. Yeah, I do feel it. All of you girls?
Нет, у меня не мешок. А я такая вся воздушная.
I feel that I'm kind of
воздушная рядом.
next to it somehow, and not inside of it. But now, answer to your own question. What is here so valuable to me that I am like holding those boundaries? Getting into this fight, in those emotional feelings towards these people. So do I fight for this fence or this surface, or do I fight for the energy, for the fence, for the surface? Okay, so this tells us that you are the slave of this surface, you know. So now try to see those people, manifest them. Are you ready to take and give them this capsula back, the surface which is pressing you? Maybe there comes up something completely different. You can just tell about it.
поделиться?
Who wants to share?
А у меня не получается.
I can't do it, Ina.
Они не
They
берут,
don't
что
take
ли?
it.
Или я не могу избавиться
Так у
от
меня
этого?
то же
I
самое,
have the
не
same
берут.
thing.
Не берут.
They
Я
don't
сейчас
take it, and
расскажу,
I
что
will tell you
произошло.
what
Что у
happened.
вас похоже. Девочки, кто
Girls,
что
what
видит?
else? Who's seeing
Я
what?
У меня
пыталась
внутри,
открыть.
у меня, Мгм.
Анечка,
Можно я?
говорите вы. Ага.
У меня образ
У
пришел,
меня
как
он-
этот целлофановый пакет, вот эти пупырки.
Да-да-да-да-да.
Как будто
So I have the
Да.
они
image
хотят брать и обматывать
of a bag,
пленкой, как будто
of a
вот
plastic
знаете,
bag.
Удивительно. Сейчас я расскажу. Да, Люба, вы хотели
Okay.
сказать, да?
Да, у меня получилось вроде бы легко, я отдала.
I have the feeling that I just gave it
А Лариса
to those
хочет
people, and inside
Да.
is only
Лариса,
light.
У меня мешок был
I
такой,
had
я
also like a bag,
отдала,
which I
отдаю им, но они
give it
шарахаются,
back, but
не
they
хотят брать, но за
don't
спиной
want to take it, but in the bag there is
так
some
вот,
light.
удивительно, я даже не... Или кто-то
Somebody
еще хочет
else, maybe
сказать?
Ludmila?
Нет.
I won't say anything.
Так и вот, что удивительно сейчас
So,
выстроилось. Есть у вас
incredibly,
такое ощущение, что вы являетесь ядром для них?
something just happened. Do you have the feeling that you are like the center for them? Those solar?
Я сейчас сама удивительно это
Isn't that incredible? I mean, I just saw it.
Я тут пытаюсь
I try to
биться,
fight,
я образно говорю, пытаюсь
to
сопротивляться, а я
resist,
являюсь
but
центробежной силой,
I
являюсь,
am this powerful
которые, в
strength for those
принципе,
people who
как на моей игре, на моем
who are playing
включении.
in my
Но это не говорит, что
play
я такая
in my
особенная,
light,
такая
and but that doesn't
важная.
say
Если
that
я
I am that
зайду в
important
пространство
or
этих людей, они тоже самое скажут
like
относительно
nice. I
меня,
mean,
вас.
if we go into the
Потому
field
что
of each and
каждый
every one of them, they will say the
себя,
same
каждый
thing
из нас является
about
центром
us,
вращения своего
because
мира.
everyone is the
То
center
есть
of its own
в
world.
какой-то степени я их
So in some
питаю,
kind of a
а было ли хоть
place,
раз у
I am
вас такие
feeding
мысли, не
them.
дай бог, они исчезают из моей
Did you have
жизни,
some kind
а
of
вдруг они меня проигнорируют?
thoughts like, oh my God, I hope
Вина.
they
И у
won't,
меня идет вина. Я
they
сама
don't,
виновата. Это
they
вина.
don't disappear
Это
from
не
my
вина,
life or something like
это
that. Yeah, there I have
точно так
also
же
a
и
feeling
люди
of
имеют
guilt.
Обида.
There is no
ощущение
guilt.
вас. Они
They
точно так же не
they
хотят
also
вас
feel
терять.
the
Мы сейчас это
same.
увидели.
That's what we just saw. They're also afraid of losing you.
Давайте найдем эти эмоции.
Let's
Обида,
just
вина.
find
Может, у
those
кого-то раздражение, у
emotions
кого-то что-то
like
в
guilt
теле.
or
Где это живет в ваших
madness,
телах?
whatever. Where does that live in our bodies?
Как это
How does
выглядит?
it look
Давайте
like?
образ прям
Let's just
выводим
take it out, this
каждого.
image.
Вот оно
Here there
обида,
is this
вот оно
guilty
раздражение, вот оно вина, вот еще что-то у
and
кого-то.
whatever you have
Каких образов?
feeling.
Клубок.
Just take it out.
Хорошо.
А у меня лодка.
I see a boat.
Я включу.
Вот сейчас попробуйте это им
Try
отдать.
to give that back to them now
Как вариант.
as a variant.
У кого-то это будет, ну, допустим, лодка, вот у меня что-то подобное.
For someone it will be a
Это будет то,
boat.
что мне говорят, ну ты сама нас описала, ты
For
сама
me, it's
нам
more
давала
like
это.
you took it from
Сейчас ты
us,
хочешь нас лишить, ну отдай тогда нам
and
это.
now
Отдай нам нашу лодку, отдай нам
you
нашу
started
лодку.
like to be this thing for us, and now you want to take it away. I mean, if I give them back this feeling of guilt, they are giving me back the same kind of emotion to me, and it's like getting friends back again. What kind of
Сейчас отображается
situations
этим
do
процессом
happen now?
в организме. Очень
There's something
важно
very important going on in the
физиологическое.
organism right now. There is like a very strong division
Что еще может
that's
быть
happening.
выходит? То, что сдерживает
What else
тех,
is coming
кто
out,
вращался по
holding
вашей орбите.
back those
У меня
who
тут
were on your
внутри
orbit?
И мне так вот
I have like a feeling that I am torn out,
в животе.
and in my stomach it feels like very
Что
badly.
может произойти,
So,
если это
what will
оторвется
happen
окончательно?
if
Что
you
произойдет с той
lose
Надей,
this?
которая
What will
столько
happen to
сил
those
потратила
Nadia
на детей,
that put
на
so much
мужа,
strength and power
на
into
государство?
the children, her
Я как
husband,
похудею. Меня сейчас
the state?
безумство
Yeah, I guess I will
Постройтесь. Тогда
I will
выкиньте
get
этот
thin.
халат.
It's
Важно
also
все
kind of my goal
должности,
now.
заслуги,
Well, then just throw it out. You
похвалы
don't
и
need
так
it.
дальше.
Можно
Can
сказать,
I say
Да,
something?
я
нужно.
вот ощущала вот эту тяжесть.
I had a feeling of this heat in my lower spine,
Я прям так уверенно
but
решила
then
выйти с этой
I
задницы.
kind of wanted to step out of it,
Какое-то такое сооружение, и я их и
and
выкинула как за границу
I just
того, чего мне не
threw
нужно им.
this what I don't need
И
towards those
внутренне у меня как дым
people,
огонь, вот
and
такая вот
inside now I feel like
ну, я
sparkling
слышала
fire, like a totally
А
different
вот сейчас
one.
как они видятся, те, кто вращался в
So,
вашей
how do
орбите,
you
кто
see
считал
those
вас
people in your
своим
orbit
саламом?
that were like using you?
стоят стеной у меня.
They stand like a
У меня
wall
много народу.
behind my back. For me, they're turning around me,
То есть все еще
so
крутятся.
still circling around.
А что произойдет, если они
What will
каждый
happen when all of
превратятся
them
в самостоятельную
turn into
галактику?
their own galaxies? Yeah, well, that's just happened
отдаляюсь.
with my.
Позволите им выйти в
Just
самостоятельное
let them go
вращение,
into their
то
own
есть это
circulation.
разделение каких-то состояний
It's
вселенных
like some
вращений.
kind of universal movements and
Этот процесс созвучен
circles.
сгущению или наоборот разлипанию кровяных
This
телец.
process is kind of
Помните, когда кровь сгущается, видели, наверное,
same
на
as in the
экранах,
blood
есть
system, you know, there are like experiments
когда
when
оно
the
прям
blood
становится прям корковым
when the
слоем.
blood gets
Естественно,
like
организм очень страдает, там кислородное голодание не проходит.
like
И
hard
момент
or
важный
something like
вдруг,
that.
когда у нас разжижается
And
кровь, там от ложки
there
меда,
is
особенно
like the other state when the blood is
разлипаются
like
эти кровяные
honey, it's
телца,
like floating very lightly in the body. Also,
метаболизм,
everything
вот это
gets
то же
better, and
самое.
that's the same here.
То есть, по сути, в жизненном процессе мы
So in
свои
our life,
границы
we kind of built up these boundaries with some kind of gluing stuff.
что я должна жить в одиночестве.
It doesn't mean
Вы
that
выпускаете.
you
Никто не
have
знает,
to
что я
like
должна
live
жить в одиночестве.
alone.
Застряла.
Да, ну пока если пока
I
идет
mean,
такие эти ощущения, выключайте
don't be
микрофон, чтобы
afraid.
не
It's
сбивать
okay. You're
нас
letting out those
негативной
processes. You can just turn off the
Самый
microphone
наилучший вариант,
if you
когда
want to. So the most or the best
жизнь эту
thing is
Второе,
when I live
мужчина,
this
мужчина и
this
женщина.
world like with a man,
Помните, всегда говорят, не
like
залипайте на
man
детях,
and woman.
не залипайте на
It's like the
родителях.
man
У
says
каждого
then
из вас самостоятельная
don't
жизнь.
like glue to these children, to
И вот
those
когда я
parents and
ощущаю
stuff.
именно комфорт и радость
Whenever
в
you feel
жизни,
this comfort and joy in your life,
я отдаю все бразды
you give
правления своим детям, даже
everything
если они
that you
еще
can
маленькие, но я их
to their
воспринимаю. Естественно,
to
я
my
это
children.
оберегаю, но это с
Of
любовью.
course,
Это то, как я
I
когда-то
take
мечтала.
care of them. It's
Я
like the
устраняю
love.
все страхи, все
I just
домыслы,
put away
пролонгирующие
all of
какие-то
the fears
негатив
or the
жизни.
negative
А
parts
наоборот,
and
выстраиваю
start
свет.
to build up this
Но
light. But
в моей жизни
in
присутствует
my
мужчина,
life, there
мужская
is like a
энергия.
man,
Кстати, на
a
сегодняшний
male
эфир не пустила
energy.
мужчин, чтобы
Just
вы
for you
знали.
to know,
Я
I
сказала,
said that
девочки,
today will
молодцы,
only be for women, so I didn't allow any men to
мы
join. So
компенсируем
we
какие-то
compensate
недостатки энергии,
some
форм
of
энергии
these
через
forms
общение
of
с своим мужчиной.
energy
Как
towards
действительно
our
это
man.
выстраивать? У нас
I
уже
mean,
были
we
стримы,
had
это, может быть,
some
еще
streams
проведем.
for men and
Что
women. What
такое
does
женское
male,
инь,
female,
янь.
yin yang mean and how it works. But
Поэтому вот это и есть первый
I mean, this is like the first connection, the first tandem which leads us into this game of diversity, like black and white,
И сейчас какие
or division.
ощущения?
So, what kind of feelings, sensations
Мы остановились или продолжаем этот процесс,
do
когда
you
каждого
have?
вращающегося
Like,
вокруг нас мы
what is the process
управляем
like ongoing whenever you bring all of those people on your orbit or letting them out to create their own
При этом усиливается ли ваше внутреннее
circulations?
вращение?
How does your own circulation
По-другому происходит.
change? Like, does it get stronger?
Не
Or
надо угадать.
I feel
Смотрите,
gratitude.
да, кто-то что-то
Mhm.
хочет сказать.
Somebody else wants to say something, maybe?
Теперь внимание переведите
Now
на
bring your attention to
капсулу,
that
оболочку,
capsula, the surface that
которую мы уже с вами
that
знаем,
we
увидели.
all know already and have seen.
Что с ней происходит в момент,
What
когда
happens to it in the moment
атмосферные
when
слои
you just let those atmospheric slides out of you?
Меня тоже.
но она существует.
Okay,
И вот сейчас мы ее создадим вновь.
let's create
Создадим
it
эти, как так называемые,
from the beginning, but not those kind of boundaries, but
определения,
definitions where we need it, of our own presence,
своего
of our own
нахождения,
being,
своей
of our own wave.
Найдите
Find
точку
this
начала
point of the beginning inside of you,
в вашей
of your
внутренней
inner
гравитационной точке
gravity,
пульсации,
your
вращения,
point
где
of
она есть.
pulsation, the starting point
Пишем
of
сейчас
vibration.
её.
Just search for it right now.
Мы сейчас просто берем, определяем эту точку начала.
We just take and
Дальше задаем
define this point of the beginning. And now we start to create an impulse.
каждая из
Here
вас
is the Zen.
и
Every one of you
ощущает
is this
по-своему.
impulse and feels or perceives it differently.
Вот у меня сейчас стоит блок.
I feel a block. I don't feel that you can create it. This is very intimate. This is very closed. I'm just saying it the way I just see it. So every one of us creates this impulse of vibration, the beginning of some kind of an information. For what? What is the goal of this game? Where you get in touch with the matter. So you go to the shop to buy something. For what? To like whatever, build a house or just a wall, or I just want to throw it out, whatever. So now I do create an impulse, the beginning of the material world.
У меня пошла такая волна, меня аж откинуло.
I feel a wave through me and it
И
just
всё
kind of
расплылось, и я теперь не
pushed
могу
me
никаких вообще границ.
pushed me into the seat. I don't see any boundaries. We don't want to see any boundaries. We just want to understand the definition of why do we start this game? What do I want to experience? What do I want to feel? What emotions do I want to have? It's like I start the birth process again, like for what? You know, as if you like watch them from above. I mean, I see my parents, my children, from the past, from the future, from the present. Why am I here for? For what? It's a very important moment.
Чтобы быть лучше, чем быть
To
лучше.
be the best.
Вот. Лучше для относительно
The
кого?
best in comparison to whom?
Себя.
To
То есть я там,
myself.
которая вхожу,
So the one that
какая-то
comes
плохая?
is already bad or what?
Я еще не вошла
I didn't
сюда.
even come here.
Меня нет та, которая вот до того, как мы с вами встретились.
I
Я
am
сейчас создаю импульс.
just creating the impulse.
Что значит лучше
What does
или
mean
хуже?
better or worse?
Давайте увидим ту,
Let's
которую
just
надо,
see
с которой нужно посоперничать.
the one that we need to fight with.
И продолжаю этот вопрос.
And I will
А лучше,
continue
чтобы кто
the
оценил,
question best for whom to judge. Who has to say you're the best, you're better than that one?
Я почему-то эгоистка.
It's kind of
Ну
with
да,
my
мне тоже
with
так
myself,
кажется, я себе
like
хочу.
Так,
так сказать.
Людочка, а что сказала?
as
Люда,
if
я не
I'm
слышала.
egoistic.
Сама
Yeah,
себе,
that's the same,
себе.
like some kind with myself.
А если
Ну и
никого
второе.
вообще нет
If
вокруг,
there
как
is no one
ты
around,
определишь, лучше
how
ты или
can
хуже
you
кого-то?
understand that you are better or worse than
Личное
someone?
твое. Для чего? Сразу ты находишь...
Где эта
Where is
программа?
this program?
Вы поймите, что
You need to
корень этой
understand
программы
that the
находится
roots of this program
вот этих программ страхов,
is exactly those fears, those madnesses, those fights, and everything.
Ну, вот где-то горло, да.
Somewhere in the
щитовидка. Поздравляю, это щит.
inside of
Так,
the
как
throat.
он там называется? У кого есть
Who has
недовыработка гормонов
problems
среди
with
гипер?
hormone systems and stuff.
Да, там
Смотрим.
можно. Мгм. Не да, не да.
Устала сама себе уже доказывать.
So
что-то.
you already
То
are
есть это
exhausted
некая
of
настройка,
showing up to yourself, right?
Что? Давайте
What
хотя
is
бы
that?
посмотрим на это со стороны.
Let's
Потому что
watch
уверяю
it
вас,
from
там
the side.
моя световая, там
Because I
не
tell
каждая
you
из
where
вас световая
at the
нить,
point
это
where
не
you
ключевой
are
строй.
light,
Солнце, само
there
собой, не
is
удовлетворяет,
nothing
не
built
обижается
in. The sun cannot blame itself or be mad at itself, you know?
Да, чтобы не мое. У меня был позыв
So, whenever we saw those people on our orbit, I had kind of the feeling that I have to vomit. And now in my throat, there is like something that wants to get out. Who else does feel what?
Есть определение.
Okay, so
Фото, увидели картинку,
there is an
образ.
image.
Готовы ли с этим
Are
расстаться?
you ready to get rid of it?
Если потом захочется это вернуть, вставить,
If you
вставим,
want
вернем,
to
не переживайте. Но
afterwards
нам
to
надо
bring that
попробовать
back
как
into
это
yourself,
заложить.
then you can do it, but let's just try to live without it for once.
Распускаться какой-то
I
цветок
feel like
здесь.
there is kind of a flower
Шея
blooming
пошла. Семечко.
at the
Я
top of the
реально
head.
девочку видела как цветок.
It literally looks like a
Если
bloom,
сверху народ
like
смотреть,
you're looking from above
именно лотос.
to a lotus or a rose.
Сейчас просто наблюдаем.
We are
Процесс идет.
just observing the process is taking place.
Только вы что-то сдвинули, подвинули,
For
вытащили.
someone, it's like
Место пустым не
something
остается, оно заполняется
got out,
чем-то.
but the place
Энергией,
doesn't
что-то еще какие-то
stay empty. There's
подслои
immediately
появляются.
something getting out instead,
То есть мы
in
сейчас
instead.
рассматривали
So,
вопрос, нравлюсь
we
ли я
were
себе,
now,
а лучше я или хуже.
discussing the question: do I like myself? Am
Самое
I
подлое относительно себя
bad
и
or
себя.
good? like the
Тоже
judgment of
такое.
ourself. What is
Я во
that?
всех, как бы
I
сказать,
mean,
во всех проживаниях
in all
хорошо.
of my beings, I am good. Like, not
Наполнен
good, not
хорошо,
bad.
нет
I'm
везде
everywhere
энергии, везде
energy, I'm
светлячок.
everywhere light. So,
Что значит
what does
лучше?
it
Что
mean,
значит
better
лучше?
or worse?
Да кто еще другой справится с
Who
этим?
else can do that? I mean,
Вытаскивайте из
just
себя
take
эти
out those
камни,
stones,
балласт.
those ballasts.
Как процесс идет?
How
Готовы
does the
поделиться
process
ощущениями,
go? Are you ready
эмоциями?
to share your emotions?
Тогда готовы,
Whenever you are ready,
хочется аппликовать свой импульс, вибрацию. Для чего ты
what is the
сейчас
impulse of your
заходишь в
vibration?
этот
Why do
мир?
you step into this world now?
Сиять.
To
Умничка.
bring light,
Просто
just to
сияй.
shine.
У меня просто для радости.
For me, it's just for
Конечно, это
joy.
тоже
Of course, it's
сияние.
same as like sparkling,
Вот ощутите этот.
shining.
Анечка, вас не слышно, вы говорите, но вас не
Anchka, I can't
слышно,
hear
да,
you.
что-то там
Maybe
отключилось уже. Который раз я только сейчас поняла, что.
there's like
То есть
technical
это и
problems.
есть самое то,
But
к
this
чему
is
вы
exactly
пришли.
what
Сиять,
we
конечно, но это
come to
сияние себя
or for.
ощущает в
This
возможности
shining
передвигаться,
just understands itself of movement,
говорить,
of
петь.
singing, of
Это
speaking.
сияние
It's
живет,
shining.
а не какой-то
It's not a
человечек.
person.
Может, как-то Ань там штекер
Maybe,
немножко
Anya,
потом
you can
поменять.
just kind of
Или вообще вытащить
try to
напрямую.
reconnect your devices or
Ох,
something.
хочется
I
всех
really would love to
услышать.
hear everyone.
Видите, какая прелесть
Look
вышла?
at
Это
this, what just
сияние
happened.
живет.
It's the
Никакой я не
shining
человек,
that
я
lives.
сияние.
I'm not a person. It's like shining. I
Доля
shine.
Помните ноточку самую высокую? Сияние,
It's the
воплощение.
I.
Самая высокая
It's the
нотка.
highest of notes.
И вот пропустите эту нотку,
Let
прям
this
будто нотный
note
ряд пошел.
through
Сейчас
you.
в темечке, над темечком прямо, это как она
It's
там
just above the
называется?
head, you know?
Верх, самый верх энергоцентров,
And
которые любят
it's
разделять.
like the highest
Вот
of
оно
energy
пошло
centers, and
звучание,
now it
вот он
comes
позвоночек
through your
пошел.
body, through your
Вот
spine,
пошло в грудную
into your
клеточку
chest.
омывание нашего
It
аккордеона.
just like
Наши ребра
brings
звонят.
everything, like our
Помните,
ribs,
когда
like the
как в
accordion
ребра.
starts to like
Вот оно
breathe, you
дышит.
know?
Вот она, дудочка настраивается,
Everything
животик наш.
gets back into its
Все кнопочки, все
original
парные,
states,
непарные органы.
natural states, all the organs are restructuring,
Бедра,
the hips,
ножки,
arms,
ручки.
and legs.
Вот он вам музыкальный
There you
инструмент.
go. This is your
Сияние. Я не
instrument.
человек, я
You are not a
сияние. Теперь может ли
person,
это
you are the
сияние
shining.
себя обложить? Я должна
So, can this shining say something like, I need to be better?
Меня должны похвалить.
I
Ну-ка,
mean,
зазвучи,
it's just a sound.
засияйте,
Just shine and sound.
запульсируйте. Прям
Pulsate. It's like
оркестром.
an
Давайте сейчас
orchestra.
создадим оркестр из...
Let's literally,
Я не знаю, как это слово.
I
Это
mean,
не
I
запоем,
don't know how
зазвеним,
to say it in
зазвучим
words.
в
It's
унисон,
like, let's
в какой-то
sound in this kind of a
вибрации,
vibration
последовательных звуках. Это
in the
наши
orchestra.
энергии,
This
наше
is
сознание знает.
our consciousness, this is our energies, they know.
Слушайте, сейчас настраивание, прям слышу звук, пока еще
I
мелодии
hear
нет,
the
вот как
sound, but
оркестр
I
настраивается.
don't hear any like melody
Начало
right now. It's
концерта.
like before a concert, like the um um
Вступительная как пошла.
how do you call it? Like whenever you make the instruments sound. Now they start to like
Сначала одна вступление, знаете, как красиво,
start to
красиво.
play a little like an intro.
И вот он центральный какой-то
And now there is
звук,
like a
центробежный
central
стиль сейчас
sound
расходится
which just flows through us.
Сейчас мне эта мелодия чем-то
This
напоминает, может, у кого-то
melody
свое будет,
is kind
Шуберта
of
«Вечерняя серенада».
from Schubert, the
Она меня с
evening,
детства выводит из себя, я не знаю почему, видимо,
evening something.
что-то в ней такое есть. Помните фильм «Приходите
Do you
завтра»?
remember the film
Вот эта
Come Back
мелодия.
Tomorrow?
Так, какие ощущения у кого?
So who does feel what?
Сияние.
So I feel the shining.
Вот
Восторг.
вам, вот вам
So
импульс
this is
вибрации
the
мы
impulse of
создали.
vibration. So we created it,
И это
and this is
прекрасно.
wonderful.
И нам нужны
And we need
слушатели. Нам
somebody to
нужна
hear it.
поверхность, на
We
которой
need a
все это
surface where
отразится.
it will all reflect on.
Кого вы приглашаете
Whom are you inviting
на эту роль?
for this role?
Вы можете создать
You can
новых
create new
людей,
people,
новые
new
события, новую
situations. I don't know, new
квартиру,
flat,
самолет,
plane.
берег океана. Вот сейчас давайте
Just
всё
create
то, в чем вы бы хотели
whatever you want to be
отражаться этими
reflected in
вибрациями.
those vibrations.
Важный момент.
It's an
Ищете ли вы
important
похвалы
moment.
или боитесь ли,
Do you
опасаетесь ли
searching
вы
for
осуждения?
judgment, or are you afraid of the judgment?
Все происходит энтузиазм.
No, it's kind of enthusiastic process.
И
Случаются всякие неприятности.
They're like,
если что-то такое случается,
what?
да, заходите вновь в центр
Okay,
себя,
so
вновь в начало и в
just
импульс,
start from this
вибрацию,
beginning,
как
this
бы
impulse
снова.
again.
Это какое-то время
It's
нужно
like
будет
some time
как
that you
бы
will need
рестарт
for this
сделать для
restart
того, чтобы
to
перезаписать
reprogram
свой
this processor of yours.
процессор
I mean,
человека,
this processor of the human
который никуда не
that
делся,
went nowhere
и со своими
with
привычками
all of
тут
its
звонит.
habits just making sounds.
Полушария, затылочная
So-
область даже отыгрались.
I feel the back of my head.
Как ощущение?
What kind of feelings do you have? Sensations.
Даете
Свобода исполненности.
I feel
поверхность отражения
full.
себя поверхности отражения себя
Do
создаете?
you create those surfaces of your own?
Я увидела себя.
Can I
Можно?
say? Yeah,
Да-да.
sure.
Я
So
увидела себя
I
на
have
сцене,
I see myself on the scene,
чем я чувствовала
and
себя
I felt light and
свободно,
free,
и я
and I was
улыбалась.
smiling,
Искренне.
like
Было
sincere
счастье.
smile.
Хотя вот
happiness.
Женя, я сейчас немножко от этого освободился.
Like-
У меня был большой страх.
Like in this life, it's strange because I have
Отпустили этот страх?
some kind of a fear of
Ну, я
being on the
вроде бы как
stage,
отпустила, но я еще
but
Ну, а что
I
вы
kind
делаете?
of
Вы стоите
did
на
you like
сцене.
let it go? Like not yet, no.
Они
So what happens
посмеялись.
whenever you stand on the stage?
посмеялась.
You're afraid of
Ошибиться.
А кто
being
вас
judged
еще
or laughed
остается?
at.
Тот, кто
So
может-
who is there inside of
кому
you
нельзя ошибаться?
that cannot be mistaken?
Вот это вот
or
самое,
laughed at.
самое основное. ошибаться.
Кому нельзя ошибаться?
It's
Ну,
like the
кого-то, кто
most
и
fear
не
is to be
влюбился,
like wrong in
посмотрите.
some kind of way.
Как я есть сияние,
I
щас
mean,
смотрю
look
в
at you,
люку.
the shining, like from the
Кому
perspective
нельзя
of you, the
ошибаться?
shining. What is there inside that can't be mistaken?
Маленькая
Like a
девочка,
little girl
которая получает наказание.
that is being punished for
Разрешите ошибаться.
for
На ошибках
um,
учатся.
doing something wrong, 6 years old. I mean, as a child, you are learning through
Любое
mistakes.
гениальное
Every
открытие,
genius
научное, все на
opening
ошибках.
is built on
Видите, ой,
like
яблоко
failures.
упало.
I mean, oops, the apple
Да,
fall.
кто не
Ah,
ошибается, тот
gravity.
ничего не делает.
Нет, они
I mean,
делают, но через ошибки нас выкидывает
towards
на новый
mistakes, we
уровень.
are brought to the next level.
Поэтому
So
ошибитесь
it's okay
на
to be
сцене,
mistaken.
стойте,
Stay on the
ошибайтесь,
stage, play
играйте,
this
это игра.
game.
Я всегда
I mean,
говорю, когда есть у
I
кого-то
always
страх
say
перед
whenever you
микрофоном,
are
перед
afraid of
публикой,
speaking
вас
to
не
the
смотрит толпа,
microphone,
вас
I mean,
наблюдает
there
один
is only
человек.
one person that looks at
Вы
you. You are
разговариваете с
talking
одним
to one
человеком, даже
person,
если это
even if
10
it's
тысяч
10,000 in a
стадион,
stadium.
но вас
But
воспринимает
there's
один
only one
человек.
person
У
perceiving
каждого,
you.
если посмотреть, понимаете,
I
о чем
mean,
я? Вы разговариваете с
if you
одним
look into
человеком.
each and every one, you're talking all the time to one person.
Понятно?
Do you understand what I mean?
Понятно, понятно.
Yeah, sure.
Там не то, что
It's
коллективное
not like a
сознание, это
collective
другое.
consciousness, this is
Но
something
когда я
else.
обращаюсь к
But
одному
when I
человеку, а меня смотрит
say
10
something to
тысяч,
one person and I'm watched by
то мне
10,000,
проще и каждому
then
из этих 10
it is
тоже идет до души.
easier to understand that you are speaking to
Так,
each and
реально,
every one of them,
шаре
like to
особенно,
one.
смотрите, затылочная часть мозжечкового
Try
зона
to
хочет пропульсироваться.
to check your back of the head. It kind of wants to be pulsated.
Как мне понравилось это определение
I love
сияние.
this definition of shining.
Звучание.
The sounding.
Так,
Okay.
кто еще хочет какие-то вопросы
Maybe there are some
задать, что-то
questions or some feelings to share.
сказать? У всех ли все получается?
Did it work for everyone?
Я вот была такая параллель.
There was like a
полоска.
parallelly, I was
Теперь
like
я
a parallel,
соединилась, стала круглая.
and now
И
I
мне
kind of
почему-то параллельно
am
все, что
round,
мне говорят, ты думаю. Ну, я
and
давно
now it's
уже
more
так
like
себя чувствую.
the thoughts of everything that happens
Как-то
is
вообще мне всё
like
равно,
parallel
что
to
там
me, so
в другом
I don't
человеке.
care.
Вот главное,
Most
что я
important is that I
иду к своей мечте.
go through or towards my goal and my dreams, that I'm light, that I'm shining,
Пока так.
something like that.
А вот можно сделать, чтобы мечта уже
Can you
пришла?
do it like that,
Не я как
that the
бы
dream already came? Like to open up and to let the dream inside of you.
опять забываем про противоположность.
It's like again falling into those
Сложно, да?
divisions
Так.
or the contradictions.
То есть не я к чему-то стремлюсь,
So
а я
it's not
определяю, к чему
I
стремиться и даю позволение этому
strive
меня
towards
войти.
something, but I give the permission to
Они как
the dreams
собачка. Нет,
to step into me.
кого перед кем? Перед осликом морковку вешали. И вот он идет к этой
It's-
морковке. Она все на том же расстоянии.
If
стоит.
it's like the horse
Так,
that
теперь
is walking
синхронизируемся с
after
ядром
the carrot,
планетарным
but the
пластиком.
distance never changes. But now let's
Так как мы в
create
Москве, нам нужно
this
выстроиться
planetary game, and we
в
need to
активацию
need to
этого
straighten
процесса.
up in this activation of this process
Вывести
to
этот
bring out the vector
в корректную, вот именно хочется даже сказать,
in a
гормональное
correct
соотношение
hormonal,
себя как сияние.
um,
Пускай человек сияние
shining,
и планетарное
and it's
ядро
like this planetary center
своей
this energy, the starting point of the creation. I mean, the energy of opening up, the energy of matter, the creation of this matter. Just imagine how towards your presence everything is deleted, what you don't need. And this is also like why we have like earthquakes and everything, because it wants to get rid of this surface of tension, you know. And it's the same like for you and your body. You can just literally feel it. Can feel the energy in the legs. What is happening? You can share.
А я чувствую
I
какой-то
feel
магнит.
kind of a magnet,
Магнитит мои ноги.
as if my legs are magnetized somewhere to the earth. Let's take a look what is happening whenever you let it be.
Меня куда-то
It
затягивает.
just takes me somewhere inside, like
Чуть
very strongly. It's okay, don't worry. I will too. I will add, I mean, all of the vulnerable stuff, like knowledge, everything is underneath the ground. Like you can literally dive into this center, to the ground. I mean, you are here and there. What did the earth give you down there?
Такая мощь.
It's like a very,
Я её даже не
very
могу вот
powerful.
даже говорить
I don't
не
even
могу.
know how to
Такая мощь.
explain it. I mean, like,
Ага.
ugh,
И куда-то меня
it's
выкидывает.
somehow like spitting me out. Like it's like it's like a kind of a tornado in a lake or in a river. Whenever you get inside, it will spill you out anyway. You can afterwards, like, literally live through that. I mean, you can do it later. You can also, it's important that the process that began inside of you, like, gets going on. So who else wants to share something?
У меня все
Everything's fine with me.
Энергия хлещет просто.
The energy is like very strong and I'm full of light and
Благодарю.
okay. Does everyone feel good? I mean, it's like 1.5 hours already, so we don't have an overdoses. Is everything comfortable? Oh, can you hear me? Yeah.
У меня энергия такая
I have the energy of the earth, and I kind of feel there's like a jinn,
материализует.
and I'm this jinn who is creating and putting into matter. Yeah, whenever when we get in this tension, this power starts to rule us like in a wrong way, kind of. And I mean, there's again this I need to be judged, I need to be like thrown with stones. I'm afraid of that, right?
Все хозяйка
But
скажет, а
you
ты
you
нет. И вдруг я
at the point
расширяюсь,
that you
это и
start to
я.
like
Помните капсула, как
widen
освободить
up
меня?
and
Я
lighten
тоже,
up,
я
this
благодарю
energy, it's
Я еще
taking
много лет
over,
назад, когда
and
еще
then
не
you
так
start
себе
to be the
начинала это все
creator.
понимать, я вот
Some years
вспомнила
ago, when I
детство на
started
машине,
to like
я смотрю на
get
планету,
those
я чувствую,
feelings
такого вот
towards
я могу заявить, как
the
белуга
planet,
бывает
I
избежать вот эти мои
really kind of felt